The first edition of the World Cup of Darts was the only one held outside of Germany until 2020, where the event was held in Austria due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In total, the event has been held in Germany 10 times, which is just over 83% of the time. However, the German team have failed to make an impact, having only reached the semi-finals on one occasion. This is despite the fact that darts has grown massively in popularity in the country over this period, and the PDC hosts lots of events in the nation. Let's take a look at what has happened to them in each one of the World Cups. The first World Cup took place in December 2010 at the Rainton Meadows Arena, which is in the northeast of England. The German team was made up of Jihan Artet and Andre Welger, both of whom had appeared at Ali Pali at the start of that year. Around the time of the World Cup, they were ranked 65th and 66th in the world, and so a big result was not expected. However, at the World Championships that year, Artet had beaten Wayne Mardle by 3-0 in what turned out to be Wayne's final Ali Pali appearance. The German team was seeded 10th and so had to play in the first round, where they were drawn against 23rd seed Czech Republic. However, the Czech pair were unable to make it to the event as heavy snow around Europe caused travel chaos. Therefore, Germany received a bye and entered in the second round, where they faced the second seeds, the Netherlands. The German pair went 4-0 down in the first to sixth game, where they faced Raymond van Barneveld and Koos Stompe. Germany then won the next two legs, halving the deficit, but then the Netherlands won 2 legs in a row to wrap up a 6-2 win. Germany averaged 10 points less than their opponents in this game, and the Netherlands went on to win the title. The World Cup wasn't held in 2011, but it returned in 2012 when it was held in Hamburg, Germany for the first time. Artet returned for this edition, whilst Welger was replaced by Bernd Royth. The pair were the 8 seeds, meaning that they were the final team to be exempt through to the second round, where they faced the United States. The German team had great support from their home fans, and they made a good start, with Artet beating Gary Mawson in a deciding leg to send Germany 1-0 up. However, in his singles game, Royth averaged below 80 and was beaten by Darren Young, who sent the game to a doubles decider. The first to 5 decider saw the first 6 legs split with a score of 3-0. Artet then took out 81 on the ball to send Germany a leg away from the quarters. The crowd got very hyped, but Artet then missed 2 match darts at 8-8 from 31. Gary Mawson then stepped up, with the German crowd attempting to put him off by booing, and he was also on 31, which he took out in 3 to send the game to a sudden death leg. Germany had the throw in this leg and made the perfect start, as Artet started with a 180. The pair were first to a checkout, with Artet needing 64. He hit a single 8 and attempted to hit 16 to leave tops, but he missed the big number and instead hit another single 8, meaning that he didn't get a shot at double. Darren Young then sensationally took out 106 to win the match and silence the home crowd. The USA went on to lose to England in the next game, who went on to win the event. The event remained in Hamburg for 2013, and the German team, which was made up of Artet and a returning Welger, were well supported by the home crowd again. This year had a group stage, and they were drawn with Finland and the USA. They topped this group, beating both of the other nations by a scoreline of 5-3. They then faced Poland, who had finished second in their group. The Germans managed to win 5-2, and even had a 9-dart attempt in the last leg, but they only averaged 81 in their way through to the quarters. They then faced the Finnish team again, who they had beaten 5-3 in the group stage. In their second round game, the Finnish pair caused a big upset by beating the Dutch team of RVB and MVG. The German game against Finland went to a doubles decider after Artet beat Jani Havisto 4-1 and Welger lost 4-2 to Jarkko Komala. The Finnish team took a 3-2 lead in the decider, which was the first to 4 legs. Finland missed 12 match darts during the game, allowing Germany to force a sudden death decider. Finland had the throw in this leg, and were first to a checkout when Komala took out 25-2 to silence the crowd and send Germany out in their first quarter-final. The event was held in Hamburg for the third time in 2014, and the German team remained the same, but the format changed, meaning that all teams entered in the first round as there was no longer a group stage. Ninth seeds Germany were drawn against non-seeds South Africa. South Africa made a rapid start to the game, going 3-0 up with an average of 107, more than 34 points higher than the Germans. Germany won the next two legs to give the crowd some hope. South Africa then broke through to go within a leg of the game, but in the seventh leg, Germany broke back with an 110 finish to reduce the deficit to a single leg. However, South Africa broke again in the next leg, meaning that Germany were eliminated in the first round, averaging 15 points less than their opponent. 2015 saw changes as the event moved from Hamburg to Frankfurt, and the young talent Max Hopp replaced Welger in the team. The pair picked up an easy whitewash win over India in the first round, despite averaging just 81, as the Indian pair averaged under 70. The Germans then faced Austria, who were seeded a place above them. Artur beat Roby John Rodriguez 4-3 in the first singles game, and then Hopp beat Mensa Sulovic 4-2 to delight Artur and the crowd as they were through to the quarters without the need for a doubles decider. However, they lost to England in the next round, with Taylor and Lewis both averaging over 104. Artur lost 4-1, whilst Hopp was whitewashed averaging 80. This meant that they failed to reach the semi-finals again, but England did go on to win the tournament. The location and German team remained the same in 2016, but Hopp and Artur fell out of the seeding spots, meaning they got a tough draw of Australia. The game was 2-2 early on, but the Australian team, which featured Simon Whitlock and Kyle Anderson, won back-to-back legs to go one away from the win. There were then back-to-back holds, meaning that Australia won in front of the booing crowd. This was the second time that Germany lost in the first round, and they had averaged just 80. The event remained in Frankfurt in 2017, but there was a big change, as Artur's run of 6 straight World Cups came to an end, as he was replaced by Martin Schindler. The young and exciting duo of Schindler and Hopp were once again outside of the seeds, meaning that they were drawn against Northern Ireland in the first round. Both teams didn't play well, and the game went to a sudden death leg, where Gurney missed a match start at double 12 with loud boos from the crowd. Schindler then took out 40 in 3 to delight the crowd. However, the pair had averaged just 80 and beat Northern Ireland, who averaged below 80. The pair got the easiest draw in the second round, where they faced Brazil. Schindler whitewashed Satin, who averaged just 62, whilst Hopp beat Portela 4-1 to send the pair through to the quarters, where they faced the Netherlands. The match went to a doubles decider after MVG beat Schindler and Hopp beat Barney in a sudden death leg. The Dutch team won 4-1, meaning that Germany failed to reach the semis again. The Netherlands won the event. The venue and German team remained the same in 2018, where they once again won their opening game, this time against Sweden, who averaged below 80. They then faced Northern Ireland for the second year running. After Schindler was whitewashed by Gurney, Hopp beat Dolan in a sudden death leg to force a doubles decider, where the Germans won 4-2 to go through to the quarter-finals again, where they once again faced the Netherlands. In a crazy singles game against MVG, Schindler averaged 110 but lost 4-1. Hopp was then whitewashed by RVB, meaning that the Germans were out before the semis yet again. The Netherlands went on to win the event again. The event returned to Hamburg in 2019, and the German team remained the same. Hopp and Schindler comfortably beat Hungary 5-1 in the first round, with the Hungarians averaging 73. They then faced Belgium in the second round, and went a point down after Schindler lost in a deciding leg against Kim Huybrechts, having missed a match start. Hopp then averaged just 76 and was whitewashed by Dimitri van den Berg, meaning that the Germans went out in round 2. The 2020 edition saw big changes, as the event was held behind closed doors in Austria due to COVID-19. Schindler was also replaced by an informed Gabriel Clemens, who was making his World Cup debut. This helped the team become the 6th seeds. Despite losing the crowd that normally helped them and the home advantage, the team were tipped to do well, and Wayne Mardle even predicted that they would reach the final and win the event. They made a good start, averaging over 90 to beat both Finland and Greece. They then faced the Netherlands in the quarters again, but this time the team was weaker as it was MVG and Danny Noppert. Clemens beat Noppert 4-3 to send the Germans a point up, before MVG beat Hopp 4-1 to force a doubles decider. This went to a sudden death leg, where Germany held throw to win after MVG had missed a match start at tops. This meant that they finally reached the semis for the first time, and it wasn't even in Germany or in front of a crowd. They then faced Wales, and Clemens lost 4-2 to Price, whilst Hopp lost to Clayton by the same scoreline, meaning that they were eliminated before the final. Wales went on to win the title. 2021 saw crowds return as the event moved back to Germany in Jena. The team remained unchanged and beat Canada 5-3 in the first round with an average of 85, 1 point higher than their opponents. They then faced Japan, and Clemens beat Matsuda 4-2 to send the Germans a point up. Hopp averaged just 71 in his game against Baba, where he was whitewashed by his opponent, who averaged just 81. The Germans won the doubles decider 4-2, despite averaging below 80 in it. They then faced the England team, which was not amazing, as it was made up of James Wade and Dave Chisnell. However, Wade averaged over 100 to beat Clemens 4-1, and Hopp averaged just 81 in a 4-0 loss to Chizzy, as he was whitewashed in his singles game for the second round running. This meant Germany were out at the quarters again. England went on to lose to Austria in the next round. 2022 saw the event remain in Germany, this time in Frankfurt again. Hopp was replaced in the team after 7 straight years, with Schindler returning to partner Clemens. They averaged 84 in a first round sudden death win over Spain. They then faced Denmark, with Schindler beating Andersen 4-1 and Clemens beating Toff Jorgensen by the same scoreline to go back to the quarters where they faced Wales. Schindler was blown away and whitewashed by Price, who averaged 117, the second highest single games average in World Cup history. Clemens was beaten 4-2 by Clayton, meaning that they lost in the quarters yet again. Wales went on to lose to Australia in the final. Looking at their overall record, there have been too many early exits for the Germans, who have had some great teams over the years. This is disappointing, especially when you consider that teams such as Belgium, Ireland and Austria have all reached the final without the home advantage. Clemens and Schindler will return to Frankfurt this year, seeing if they can finally make a final or even win the event.